All right. Week 3 in the NFL has concluded. I'm sitting here on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. It's Taco Tuesday. It's Turn Up Tuesday. It's Recap Tuesday. I'm sitting here at Me and Ed's, Coney Island, and River Park. I'm locked and loaded, ready to put on the show. You want more? I'll give you more. Let's go ahead and start on Thursday Night Football. The Buffalo Bills hosting the Miami Dolphins. We all knew that the Dolphins wasn't going to win this game, but we wanted to see if they were going to be competitive. And for the majority of the game, yes, the Miami Dolphins absolutely was competitive, but there's no moral victories in football. The Dolphins go down 31-21 to the Bills. And this was a beat down, okay? A beat down. The Minnesota Vikings beat down the Cincinnati Bengals 48-10. And both of these teams featured backup quarterbacks, but it was a Minnesota Vikings defense, looking like the defense of old, laying the smacketh down on the Cincinnati Bengals. Jake Browning and the Cincinnati Bengals, I should say. The Jacksonville Jaguars, they took care of business over the Houston Texans, 17-10. The Houston Texans are now 0-3. That's not a good look for this team. Just not a good look at all. The Indianapolis Colts continue to look sensational. They put up a 40-burger over the Tennessee Titans, 41-20. Marcus Mariota and the Washington Commanders dog walk the Las Vegas Raiders, put in a 40-burger. There's a lot of 40 burgers a day. Lettuce, special sauce, cheese, sesame seed bun, 41-24 when it was said and done over the Las Vegas Raiders. And then the slobber knocker game of the day, the Philadelphia Eagles were taking on the Los Angeles Rams. And for 3.5 quarters, the Los Angeles Rams was giving it to the Philadelphia Eagles. But hey, a game is not over till all zeros are on the clock. The Philadelphia Eagles, they made a comeback led by A.J. Brown. His physicality, 33-26. Damn. When I say damn, oh yeah, that was a brutal way to end the game. With a comeback and all that. Let's just say you start off the game getting your ass kicked, and that's the way you finish the game, is getting your ass kicked. You couldn't look, Raheem Morris now is on my hot seat. Again, just like Zach Taylor with all that talent in Cincinnati, ain't doing diddly squat with it. Here comes Raheem Morris. All right, down there in Atlanta. It's supposed to be in a 2-team division. What the hell is Atlanta Falcons doing starting the season off? Look, when you lose 30-0 against the Carolina Panthers, that scream that yells issues with the coaching staff. That scream and yelling that Michael Penix Jr. is not arrived like we all thought he arrived. 30-0, that's bad. All the way around. The Steelers, they get back on a winning track, beating the New England Patriots because they couldn't. Look, they turned the ball over 5 times, right? 4 fumbles, 1 interception. That's not going to get the job done. They fumbled multiple times in the red zone. Not going to get the job done. They fall 21-14. And in a shocker, in the dog pound, another game which featured a late block kick. It looked like the Packers was going to take care of business. Jordan Love, late turnover, blocked field goal with a little over a minute to go. The dog pound, get the ball. They go downfield, kick a game-winning. These people are looking at me like I'm not recording. Well, I don't supposed to have enthusiasm when I talk? Looking at me. Browns winning a thriller 13-10. Doggone it, don't. Another game. All right, look. I get it now. I understand Baker Mayfield. I understand what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is doing. All right? They don't give diddly squats about keeping the lead or holding the lead or just winning the game with the lead. from pillar to post because the majority of the game it looked like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were just gonna mollywop the Jets, but no, they stood in and stood tall. The Jets were actually up by 1 point. We're a little over. Well, here we go again. We're a little over a minute to go. A sensational block punt got returned for a touchdown. Jets were leading, but Baker, Moxie, Mayfield, just like he's been doing in the first two games, he did it again with a trifecta leading the Buccaneers downfield and a game-winning field goal again for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, edging out the Jets 29-27. Now listen to me, y'all. When the field goal was blocked, Jets ran down there for it looked like a game-winning touchdown off of a blocked field goal. My wife was sitting next to me. She just shook her head. Stupid. Stupid. Kind of like Randy Orton when he was calling Kofi Kingston repeatedly. Stupid. Stupid. But we didn't know that in the other games, the Buccaneers were not the only one getting their field goal attempts blocked. Chargers, they took care of business 23-20 over the Denver Broncos. What the hell is going on with the Denver Broncos? There's 6 teams right now that's undefeated in the NFL, and the Chargers is one of them. They're facing the New York Giants, who got a new damn quarterback, and we're going to get to that in a minute, doggone it. This TV is so damn loud, but it's all good, though. And it was loud in Seattle as the New Orleans Aints got their asses kicked by the Seattle Seahawks in all different facets, all different ways, with punt returns for touchdowns. This was an exciting game if you were a Seahawks fan. 44-13 was the final score. Look, you know this team is not good. All right? I told you that in the beginning of the season. When you get rid of your best defensive player, you know that they're not in contention for the playoffs or anything like that. You know your team is bad when Caleb Williams have one of his best games as a pro, blowing out the Dallas Cowboys 31-14. And of course, Jerry Jones still thinks that the Dallas Cowboys are a playoff team because they got number 4. Sad news coming out of San Fran as that their star defensive end, Nick Bosa, has suffered a torn ACL, done for the season. The 49ers is looking very scrappy with their young defense led by Robert Saleh. The offense is being held down by Mac Jones. There's no game that's going to be perfect. And the 49ers has not been playing perfect football. But they seem to win these games, especially when it matters the most. Another game-winning field goal by the San Francisco 49ers, edging out their division rivals 16-15. Damn. We all knew that Jackson Dart is with a chain like that. I was telling my cousin Duke, we was over there in McGillicuddy's watching the game, and it just seemed like the Giants had chances. They had opportunities, right? Because Pat Mahomes, he didn't know how to throw the ball forward no more. He was throwing the ball backwards, and it almost cost him. But damn it, Pat Mahomes made a great play. And hold on. I'm doing all this damn talking on one damn take without taking a damn break. Just hold on a minute, right? Let me wet my whistle. Because I got to question Russell Wilson's thought process, his logic. He's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. He's a pro. He knows how to handle his business. So I don't understand why you make it down to the red zone. You throw the ball in the tunnel, intentional grounding. You throw the ball out of bounds. You just There's no you go on a run play that leads to nothing. What is going on? And it's not all Russell Wilson's fault because you got Brian Daboll and the coaching staff not making any adjustments. Because like I told Duke, like, look, Steve Spagnuolo, he's not going to let Malik Neighbors go out there and just show up and show out. This is not your Dallas Cowboys defense that they were facing. Say what you want about the Kansas City Chiefs, they still got one hell of a defense. And even coming out of halftime, when it was still a game, no halftime adjustments from Brian Daboll and the New York Football Giants coaching staff. They let one slip. One could say they let a giant upset slip away. The Kansas City Chiefs, they get on the winning track, 22-9 in the Meadowlands. Lawrence Taylor got arrested. In the Monday Night Showdown, the Detroit Lions showed up and showed out, beating Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. The defense was trying to hang in there, but Dan Campbell got grapefruits that you need to carry in a damn wheelbarrow. Understand me? What a game! What just from the coaching, the play calling by the Detroit Lions head coach Dan Campbell. 38-30 was the final score. Derrick Henry has fumbled in each and every game this season. Is that a cause for concern for the Baltimore Ravens? It's getting ugly. This is the updated standings as of right now through the first 3 weeks in the NFL. Thank you so much for watching Talking Sports with Maurice. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I'm down there out of breath. Thank you.
49ers fans, we are playing the Jaguars on Sunday. We're going to beat their ass.